Hi everyone, Marches here and welcome back to the channel. And for all of you who are new here, welcome to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Click that notif bell and the subscribe button down there. I'll be doing a giveaway and I'll be giving away the Star Wars World Balance sneaker. It's in a Darth Vader colorway. Now we'll be giving the mechanics. At the end of this video, I'll be asking a question and follow the mechanics. So stay tuned and watch out for that. If you want to see the full performance review of each of the sneaker, I'll put the link up here for a more detailed performance review. Let's start away first with the uppers of these two sneakers. The major difference that they changed, of course, is the material around the forefoot area. For the KYRIE 6, it is a ballistic mesh, while on the KYRIE 5, it has just a mesh upper. They don't call it ballistic. And upon first touch and first feel of the material, the KYRIE 5 has more texture to it, while the KYRIE 6 ballistic mesh is a lot smoother because it is more fused. But in terms of softness, I would give it to the KYRIE 6 right off the box. It is really soft already. Compared to the KYRIE 5s, I had the taco colorway and the SpongeBob colorway, very similar. Need to break it in a bit. Once you've broken it in, it will become a lot softer. And in terms of thickness, the material on the KYRIE 5 is a little bit thicker compared to the KYRIE 6. So if you don't want a thicker material, of course, go with the KYRIE 6. But if you don't mind it, as you can see from the aesthetics, the major difference is this Venus flytrap in the KYRIE 5s. On the KYRIE 6, it features this strap. Have a similar function. It will really pull you down to the footbed. But the main difference between them is if you want more coverage on the lockdown above your foot, the KYRIE 5 has more coverage because in terms of surface area, it covers more compared to the KYRIE 6, which covers just around the mid-foot part. It really depends on you. If you want more coverage, of course, go with the KYRIE 5s. If you want a more minimal coverage around the mid-foot, of course, go with the KYRIE 6. The pros and cons, of course, it is harder to put your foot in on the KYRIE 5. The KYRIE 6 is a lot easier because it's just a strap. Just open this up and you can unlace the KYRIE 6 easier compared to the KYRIE 5, which you cannot unlace the Venus flytrap. So if you're a wide footer, it is harder to put your foot in on the KYRIE 5. So I would recommend the KYRIE 6 for you. In terms of flexibility, of course, since it has a smaller strap, it's more flexible around the midfoot, while the KYRIE 5, you need to break it in more before the Venus flytrap softens. And after breaking them in, you wouldn't feel it anymore. Going to the back part of the KYRIEs, the first thing that I noticed around the ankle part, of course, the KYRIE 6 ankle collar doesn't need break-in time. It is a lot softer compared to the KYRIE 5s. The KYRIE 5s improves over time. When you use them more and you break them in, it will become a lot softer. But if you want that comfort right out of the box, of course, the KYRIE 6 is for you. I think that's a major change that they made with the KYRIEs. I think from what I've heard from the interviews, KYRIE requested Ben, the designer, to make the ankle collar softer compared to the KYRIE 5 and improved it. So he made that happen. I immediately felt that right off the box. Moving to the back part of the KYRIEs, of course, you can see this exaggerated eye on the KYRIE 6. KYRIE 5's TPU plate is inside, it's an internal one, while this one is external. This is a lot softer around the heel part, but you wouldn't mind it when you're playing with the KYRIE, so not much difference. But on heel lockdown, heel support, heel containment, of course, both sneakers are awesome. This is a KYRIE sneaker. He likes the lockdown really nice, and ankle protection on both sneakers are also awesome. And like what I've said in my Instagram post, I almost stepped on a player during one of my runs. A good thing that I really strapped my KYRIEs really hard and it prevented my ankle from rolling. So the major difference is just the materials. Of course, the materials around the heel or ankle part. But in terms of performance, like I've said, durability, both are equal. Support, laterally, you're very well supported. No slipping on the footbed on both sneakers. But I think the KYRIE 5 is a little bit more snug compared to the KYRIE 6. There's more room to move on the KYRIE 6 compared to the KYRIE 5. So that's for the wide footers out there. Now moving on to the cushion setup. Both sneakers have the same Zoom Turbo in the forefoot area, but the only difference is the carrier, the Phylon, the injected Phylon carrier on the KYRIE 6 is trimmed down, making you feel the Zoom Turbo immediately compared to the KYRIE 5 where you need to break it in, then you will feel the Zoom Turbo. But after breaking them in, I would say it's pretty much the same, but in terms of comfort level, you can feel the Zoom Turbo immediately on the KYRIE 6. And another difference between the 5 and the 6 is the injected Phylon density found in the heel part. This one is a little bit more dense, while this one is more plush. It is very similar if you have the PG3s and the Y knots. More impact protection on the KYRIE 6. So that's the major difference between the cushion setup of the KYRIEs, but in terms of court feel and responsiveness, I would say it's pretty much similar. Now moving on to the traction. Of course, both features the 360 degrees traction, just different patterns. It performs almost the same, but I would choose the KYRIE 6 traction more because it's more tacky. It squeaks a lot more compared to the KYRIE 5. The KYRIE 5, you need to remove that film first before you hear a squeak on it, but with the KYRIE 6, I think it's a different rubber compound. It squeaks right off the box and you stop really hard. While this one, the KYRIE 5, you have to break them in, and after breaking them in, the traction becomes a lot better. So I will give a slight advantage on the traction in the KYRIE 6. If you want maximum traction right off the box, go with the KYRIE 6. In terms of width, it's pretty much similar in the forefoot and the heel part. Same width on the traction. So stability, very stable for me. And on the grip of the medial part of the two sneakers, both are very similar, goes really high above. There's just an additional traction found on the KYRIE 6, which is this micro texture found here in the medial part of the forefoot. This is for toe drags and step back if you're playing like KYRIEs. So slight advantage on the traction on the KYRIE 6, but both performs really well in terms of traction. You just have to break the traction on the KYRIE 5 more compared to the KYRIE 6. And now moving on to the fit, the KYRIE 5 has a more snug fit compared to the KYRIE 6. So for regular footers, I would say go true to your size for both, very similar. And for wide footers, go half a size up or full size up. But if I were you, if I were a wide footer, I would lean more on the KYRIE 6 because it has more room for adjustment, because the strap opens up and the laces, you can unlace it really loosely. Unlike the KYRIE 5 switch, you cannot remove the Venus flytrap. So if you're a wide footer, I would suggest you to get the KYRIE 6. In terms of pricing, both similar in price point, but there's a lot of KYRIE 5s that are on sale now with lots of dope colorways. If you can't wait for the KYRIE 6, KYRIE 5 is still an awesome performer, but if you can wait, I would suggest getting the KYRIE 6 because it has the upgrade that you need from the KYRIE 5s and still maintains the nice aspects on the KYRIE 5s. So if you're more on a budget, go with the KYRIE 5s, and if money is not a problem, I would suggest wait for the KYRIE 6. So that's it on my comparison between the KYRIE 5s and the KYRIE 6. I hope I helped you guys out, and let me know if you have any questions. Hit me a comment down below. And now for the raffle, comment how many sneakers you can see behind me in my background. Put of course your handle, and of course you have to follow me here in YouTube. On Instagram, to qualify, you have to follow me on both channels, in YouTube and Instagram. So just put the number of sneakers that you can see in my background, of course Instagram handle and YouTube handle. That's it for me today. I hope you join and subscribe here to the channel. Thank you again for watching and supporting. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.